Hey everyone, thanks so much for stopping by Slay a Tray Thursday. I'm Elizabeth, and this is a collaboration put on with Beverly over at Custom Created Handmade Gifts, and also with Kathy at K&D Creations. And every other Thursday, we're going to be rolling out a new tray video. We'll have different themes, different ideas, different designs every time. So feel free to stop by and check out the collaboration. I'll be sure to post down in the description box links to everybody's videos. So please go check them out, give them some love, and let's work on some trays together. So I thought for this week, we would do something summery because it's almost summer. We're getting close. And I was kind of like, oh, I have a couple of ideas of things I wanted to do. But I think for this week, I'm going to keep it simple. So I thought that we would use this UV DTF once the tray is all finished and put it in the centerpiece. And I thought that would be a super summery, just really fun, something to keep on your dresser or in your kitchen or your bathroom or wherever you want it. You can never go wrong. You can never have too many trays. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And because I love glitter, because glitter is my happy place, I thought that I would use glitter colors that kind of correspond with the image. So I'm going to use some like aqua, some yellowy orange, some pink, and some purple. And what I want to do is I just want to pour around this little lip right here. So on this tray, there's like that little lip, right? And so I just want to pour resin in there with the glitter. And I don't want that glitter to go anywhere else. I just want it to be in that area. So I'm going to mix that up, and then I'm going to pour it just around in that particular part of the tray. Let it mostly cure, probably until tomorrow because it's late here. And then come back, pour the rest of the tray. I'm certain if I'm going for a color, I'll have to think about it. I'm on the fence. And then we'll put our UV DTF on. So I'm really excited. It's actually a cup wrap. And I was like, I have so many cup wraps. Let's repurpose them. Okay, so I've already mixed up some resin. Let me grab some gloves. So here are the glitters that I chose. So I chose this one. So Limerick from Chase Ray Creations. Boundless from PDB Creative Studio. Fabulous glitters. All of these glitters, honestly, are amazing. This one, ignore my hideous sticky note. Mystic Mermaid, I have no idea where this is from. So sorry, it might be Peachy Olive Glitters, but I'm not 100% sure. I've had it forever, so I can't remember where I got it from. And then this one, Right For You, also by PDB Creative Studio. I can't say enough nice things about these guys. They have just the most amazing glitter. Absolutely just gorgeous. So I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't get glitter all up in there. I mean, in all the wrong places. I do want glitter all up in there. So I mixed up way too much, which is par for the course around here. But I never want to be short, right? So I mixed up my Timu resin, which I'm still loving. And I mixed up 3 ounces. And then I put a little bit of the Marabou alcohol ink in there just to kind of give it a little bit of extra, even though it's going to have glitter in it, probably wasn't necessary. But also when you put the alcohol ink in, it will also help with any of the bubbles. So I really kind of wanted to give that a go. Okay, so I'm just going to use these little tiny cups. These are not exactly medicine cups. At least they don't have the measurements on there. They're just flat on the inside, which I really like these so much better, just because you don't have those grooves where everything gets stuck. So I'm just going to pour in, I don't even know how much I'm going to need, a little bit of each, and then mix it with some glitter. Maybe half a medicine cup. I'm trying to keep it evenish. And I could go back and add a little bit more if I need to. Okay. You know what? I didn't prepare sticks. Did not prepare any measuring sticks. Okay. Easily remedied. All right, so let's just start with the pink one because it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. I love these glitters. The sparkle and the shine is just, it's just everything. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm just going to give this a really good mix. I'm going to need to add a whole heck of a lot more than that though, which is fine. I don't really want to see the stick through it. I'm just going to add a pretty good amount. And part of me was thinking, gosh, maybe I should put a drop of glue in there, but I think if I add enough glitter, I think it should be okay. I'm just going to give this a really good mix, and I'm happy with that concentration. Okay, so that is the pink one. So that is right for you. Just going to put this lid on because if not, I will spill it everywhere. And then this is the Boundless. This is a little bit of a chunkier mix, but I think it's going to be beautiful. I'm just going to get all brave and just pour it in. It always makes me nervous to do that because what happens if you slip and you just pour in half the bottle? Which I'm not saying I've ever done, but I'm not saying I haven't done that either. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, that's perfect with the orange. There's some yellow in there. There's also like a little bit of blue. It's kind of reflecting. Okay. Then let's go with our Mystic Mermaid. I'm pretty excited about these collabs. We're going to be doing them every other week. And I mean, trays are so versatile. So I can't wait to dive in. I don't do a lot of trays. And so this is something that's kind of new for me and I'm really excited about it. And I can't even tell you guys, Beverly and Kathy, they are so creative and they have so many great ideas. So it's going to be great. Okay. And then this is the Limerick from Chase Ray. And this has this beautiful, just green to gold. It is so nice. And I know that the camera cannot do it justice. The sparkle in this, oh, so good. So, 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 so good. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, so I have those all mixed up and I am just going to spray some alcohol around the inner rim of this just to hopefully, you know, try to keep any bubbles at bay. They do love these rims to cling to. Okay, and then I'm just going to start with the pink and I'm just going to pour it in here. Not too much around, just try to get as even as I can. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be okay. I can go back in and clean this up if I make a mess. Just like there. I don't think I should have said if I make a mess. I think I should have said when I make a mess. I'm just going to do my best to fill this up. This green is really pretty. Actually, all of these colors are really pretty. And definitely have more of the green, I think, than any of the other colors. It's a good thing that's pretty. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to grab a micro brush. Sorry about my reach. And I'm going to clean this up really fast. Actually, you know what? I should probably go around this first before I start cleaning it up. And I just want to just go around it as best I can while keeping everything in the grooves, I hope. And just dislodge any micro bubbles that there might be in there holding on. Okay. I probably should have done this before I topped it up, but you know, hindsight 2020. I'm just going to do the same thing over here in this pink. And we could have, and I thought about this, we could have like kind of splash different colors in different places in the rim. And I think that would have been really pretty too, instead of having kind of like that color block. I think that would have been pretty too. Maybe next time we could try that again. All right, so now I'm just going to clean up some of this mess. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so it's been 12-ish hours. This is mostly cured. I'm not touching it or anything because it's still a little bit soft, which is totally fine. So now I'm just going to take and I mixed up 6 ounces of my J. Diction 4-hour demold. Not the biggest fan of the 4-hour just because it's so thick and it can be more difficult to work with, but I need to get this finished. So I'm going to just bite the bullet and make it happen. So I mixed up 6 ounces and then I just put some of this crystal white mica powder in there just to kind of give it a nice white background for our UV DTF. And that's it. So super, super simple today. Just going to take a little bit of 99% alcohol, the isopropyl alcohol, and just give it a little squirt in here before we pour this down. I have to apologize. I took off my glove to hit the record button and then I didn't put it back on. Okay, so we're just going to literally just take and pour this in. I'm just going to start in the middle and just let it find its own path. And as always, this is probably too much, but that's okay. You guys, could it be that it's not going to be too much? That it's just going to be, could we say it's going to be just right? Okay, it's probably a little bit short, but that's okay. I can live with that. It's just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. But I am going to scrape this cup and get it all out. So I'm just going to slide another glove on. I should have put it back on after hitting record, but you know, the best laid plans. So I don't want to accidentally touch any uncured resin. It's sticky, it's gross. So I'm just gonna scrape out my cup. And this is pretty darn close. Honestly, you could probably use like an extra, maybe half an ounce. But I'm good with this. So yeah, I think that's pretty darn close. So this is the 4-hour. So hopefully in the next 4 or 5 hours, this will be all cured and ready for the next step. I'll probably give it about an hour and then maybe 2 hours. And then I will come and pop it on my heat mat. I don't like to pop it on my heat mat right away. I like to give it time to let off any bubbles on its own if it can, and then put it on the heat mat after that. So I'll just let it sit for a couple hours and then I will put it on the heat mat for a couple of hours and then we'll be ready for the next step. I do think I'm just going to take a little micro brush and run it around the edges. I like to put a little bit of alcohol on my micro brush before I do this, but that's just a personal preference. And this is just to kind of help hopefully loosen some of the bubbles that might be clinging to the sides. And just be really gentle because you do have that resin in there already and you just don't want to take a chance of dislodging any of that. So just be super, super careful. Okay, and that's, see, and then we have a bubble, which is what we want to see. Well, we want to see that bubble go away, not just sit there. Very nice. Okay, so that's going to do it. So I'll see you back here. I'll see you as soon as this is cured sometime later on tonight. Okay, so it's been 8 hours. I got a little carried away and I forgot the lights. What is it with the lights? I keep forgetting. Okay, so this is all cured and let's just flip it over and cross our fingers. Had a little glitter catastrophe a few minutes ago. Spilled glitter everywhere, all over the table. It was terrible. Oh, you guys, look. Oh, this is cute. Oh, I like this. Okay. Yeah. I do like this. So the only thing that I wish was a little different is that green glitter. I didn't concentrate it enough in the resin, so it kind of all just floated to the bottom. It wasn't as evenly dispersed as the others. So like the purple and the pink and the orange, they all come down, but that green is just a little tiny bit at the bottom instead of being suspended. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I think this looks great. I love the colors, and I think they're going to be really pretty with this wrap. I was originally thinking about cutting this out, but I kind of am okay if it goes up and over. So let's just give this a go and see what this looks like. So if you ever have your UV DTF and you're trying to get it apart and you're having trouble because they're hard to get apart sometimes, just put a piece of tape on the front, put a piece of tape on the back, and then you can peel them apart, and it just is beautiful and easy and perfect. So I'm just going to I'm going to kind of just lay that down in the center. I'm going to kind of just do that all the way around. And this doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be beautiful, right? And you can bring this up over the sides. You can leave it exactly where it is. It's really whatever makes you happy. Move some of this stuff out of the way. That would make me happy, is having a clean workspace. Okay, so I'm just going to take just a stick with my blue glitter that I spilled everywhere, and I'm just going to gently rub this down. I'm going to try to make sure that this is all stuck down here, especially kind of getting it into those corners. And with UV DTF, you're just putting it down like it's a sticker, and you press it down, and then when you peel it up, it's going to transfer that image to your piece. UV DTFs are like stickers on steroids. I love them. Okay. And so when you go to lift it up, it should transfer the image onto your piece. And then these images are permanent, so you can top coat it if you want to. If it's going to get wet or something like that, then definitely top coat it, but you don't have to. Okay. And then as you pull it up, just make sure that everything is sticking down like you want it to. And if there's little places where you want it to stick down a little bit more, ouch, a little bit more, just push it down. Okay. I'm not going to throw this away just yet because I think I'm going to just rub on in a few places, but I just want to make sure everything is stuck down here before I do that. And I just ripped that. So do be careful with it. It's not super fragile, but it can it can rip and it can tear, especially when you are doing this around kind of the edges. It can definitely tear, so just be careful. Okay. Oh, you guys, I freaking love this. The only thing, no, I love it. I absolutely love it. You know, we could leave it right here, but I think I really want to put down some rhinestones. Hang on. Let me go grab the ones that just fell on the floor. So I thought it would be fun to add some rhinestones to it. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I have so many. I really like these because they pick up what's underneath it, the color of what's underneath it, because they don't have the silver backing. So they'll kind of pick up the colors of the flowers. And then I also have these, but I think these might be a little bit too dark. I don't want a lot. I just want a few. Okay. I know that you guys cannot really see this, but they're just kind of clear and they're shimmery. So let's do that. I just want to put a few kind of like in the center here, kind of on that flower. And that's it. Nothing too crazy. So for rhinestones, there's a couple of different options. These are the two that I think are kind of the most popular, Liquid Fusion and Gem Tack. This goes on white, but it dries clear. And then this obviously is clear. So I like them both, but I prefer this one. So I usually, if I can, I use this for all of my rhinestone projects. And I would normally have a syringe filled with it if I was doing a large project, but because this is just a little bitty tiny thing, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in a cup, and I'm gonna grab my favorite scribe. This is my absolute favorite one. And then I'm just going to kind of put it in the center on this flower. And all you do is just pick up your stones and then just set them down on the glue. And that's all you have to do. It's super easy, and it just gives it like a little bit of a cute embellishment. I do wish these were a little smaller, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Okay. And that's literally kind of what I was looking to do. So I think I'm going to do the whole flower, actually, just the whole dark pink part. And then we're going to call it good. And with rhinestones, you do not need to seal these in. As a matter of fact, you don't want to do that. So you don't want to put like a coat of resin or anything on top of it because it will take the shine away from the rhinestones. So put your rhinestones on. It'll be the very last thing that you do. If you decide to rhinestone something, you just put it on at the very end. And it's just a super quick, fast way to just add something a little bit extra to your projects. And I was never really a rhinestone person until just, I don't know, maybe the past 6 months. And I really like kind of that sparkle and shine that they give just to kind of finish off a project. And that's it. That's literally all I'm going to do. I'm just put a little bit in there and then that's it. So for me on this, I'm trying to be less is more because there's already a lot going on, but I just think it's so pretty with just that extra little bit of sparkle. And can we just talk about this for a second? These scribes, oh my gosh. They are so much fun to make and they are so useful and versatile. I cannot tell you, I know I say this all the time, but I love these. Check them out. I have so many. These are just the ones I have down here. So this is a small one. I think it's maybe, I don't know, 8 inches. Super cute, just fun, right? because like your normal scribes, let me see if I have a normal one in here. I know I am rambling right now. I don't have a normal one down here. But like the normal ones are just kind of like little short scribes with little plastic handles, nothing special. But these, oh, they make me so happy. Every time I use one, they just make me happy. They're pretty and they're sparkly and they just bring joy to my life, kind of like glitter. All right, friends. Well, that's it. I mean, that's literally all there is to it. Super fast, super easy. And I mean, I love this tray. I think this tray is absolutely stunning. So that's it. Just a little bit of extra sparkle in the middle with the rhinestones. Certainly you could add more. You could leave them out. It's really whatever brings you peace and joy. But gosh, I absolutely love this tray. I love the sparkle and it's just so perfect for the summer. So thank you guys so much for stopping by Slay a Tray Thursday. Don't forget to check out the playlist, which is down in the description box below. Beverly from Custom Created Handmade Gifts. That is such a mouthful, and I always stumble over it. And of course, Kathy over at KND Creations. So be sure to check out their videos. They're both two amazing, amazing artists, and they have some just fantastic, wonderful videos out there. So thanks again. Hopefully I'll see you next time. And don't forget to catch the next Slay a Tray Thursday, which will be 2 weeks from now. I think that's on June 12th. So I hope to see you then. Take care, everybody.